Good morning. We're going to be going over the collisions lab. So before we start anything, the first thing that you need to do is answer the pre-lab questions using information we discussed in class over the last 2 days. So for example, question number 1, what does it mean that momentum is conserved during a collision? Please respond to that with a complete sentence. And number 2, if a larger massed object collides into a smaller massed object moving at the original same speed, so one velocity is positive and one is negative because of directions, which do you predict will have a larger velocity after? So then please give your hypothesis, make sure it's in complete sentences. I will be going around to each station and I will read what we are doing. I will show you a sample of that. I'll do it a couple of times, and then your job is to make observations and include the velocity in that observation. So there are 6 stations total. We'll go through all of them, and then when you are complete and made all of your observations, your job is to answer the analysis questions. Whatever is not completed by the end of class today will be homework. So let's get into station number 1. Station number 1 reads that we need to roll the 2 spheres back to the either end of the track and collide them together with the 2 balls moving at the same speed. Here is what my track looks like, so it's nice and long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have one ball start at one end, have the other start at that end, and then we are going to collide them. So let's do this 3 times. So here they're starting at opposite ends, and I collide them. Again, starting at opposite ends, collided. One more time, starting at opposite ends, collide them. If you need to see that again, just rewind the video and then respond to the observations of the velocity of the spheres before the collision and after the collision. Now, station number 2 says, with the 2 spheres, place one sphere at rest in the middle and move the other back to the end of the track and launch the sphere and observe what happens. So here I have my sphere and it's, let me get that fixed. There we go. I have my sphere at rest and I have my other sphere that I'm going to be colliding with it. So let's collide it. So my sphere is at rest and now I am pushing my other one. All right, make your observations. Again, my sphere is at rest. I'm going to now collide with it. There we are. And one more time, my sphere is at rest. I'm going to collide with it. Again, make your observations of the velocity of the spheres before the collision. So here is again before and after. That's station 2. Station 3 says, placing the spheres at opposite end of the tracks, collide one small sphere and one large sphere together and moving initially at the same speed. So again, like last time, I'm going to put them at opposite ends. My large sphere is here, my small sphere is here, and let's collide them. All right, make your observations. Let's do that again. My large sphere, my small sphere. And one more time, my large sphere, my small sphere. Make your observations before the collision and after the collision. And that's station 3. Station number 4 calls to place a large sphere at rest in the center of the track and a small sphere at the end and launch that small sphere into the large sphere. So again, I have my large sphere, I have my small sphere. My large sphere is at rest, and I'm going to launch my small sphere, so let's do that. There's my large sphere, let's do it again. Launch my small sphere. Large sphere at rest, small sphere launch. Okay, so you're gonna make observations of the velocity of the spheres before the collision and after the collision. That was station 4. We are now at station 6. I have already removed the masses from my blue car. That's what it tells you to do first. But we want to observe the blue car and the red car if they have similar masses. So what I'm going to do is collide them at similar speeds. I'll do that 3 times before adding my mass back in. So we're going to focus on part 1 of station 6. And so I have them about a foot apart, and we're going to collide them. One more time. Okay, now that we have that figured out, I'm going to add my weights to my blue car. And we are now going to repeat what we did in part 1. So now we are doing part 2 where we have different masses. Okay, same idea, put apart, same speed, and begin. And there we go. If you have any questions, please let me know, but it is your responsibility to finish your observations and start answering the analysis questions. Again, whatever is not completed in class is homework. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.